Hi, I'm Bruce Schneider and welcome to This Week in the Studio. This week in the studio we had Alan Newbery in again. Now Alan has come in quite often, as I mentioned in last week's one, but this week we were actually doing some mastering on his tracks, and so I want to take you through how I actually master. Here we have a mastering project set up, and we have the two screens there open. On the left you can actually see the editing screen for Cubase, and on the right you can actually see the mastering VSTs that I've actually installed for this project. So we'll have a look more intently at that screen. This is the screen containing the VSTs for doing my mastering. So there's a brick wall limiter first up on the left, and these are inserted in this order across each track. So that's actually making sure I don't get any spikes going through the rest of the chain. We have middle side equalizer, so I can separately equalize left, right and center. We have a 4-band multi-band compressor in the middle, so I can separately equalize each of the bands in the pieces. And finally we have a maximizer to bring the overall level up of the track. Across the master outputs we have the solid state logic Xism, which is my metering, and we also have the Vox Vengo Curve EQ, so I can actually see visually what's going on with all the different frequency bands. So let's play a little bit of the mastering in action, and you will actually hear the difference in the sound when the mastering devices are turned off and on. One of the regular jobs I have here in the studio is the production of music backings for dressage routines, and I do this on quite a regular basis. One of my regulars for this is a lady called Rozie Ryan, and this week she brought in some music to produce for one of her compatriots, Sharon Jarvis. Sharon Jarvis is a Paralympic rider competing with her horse Romanos at the National Para Championships next weekend in Borneo, Victoria. She's aiming to qualify for Tokyo next year. This is some of her track for this qualification playing in the background here now. Earlier in the year, Rozie on her horse Jarrah won the World Cup final for dressage, which qualified her to compete in the World Cup in Gothenburg, Sweden. So all the best for that, Rozie. Also this week I had Mike Harvey back in the studio again. Now Mike Harvey's been a regular again of this studio here, and I've done many projects over the years with Mike. I've actually helped him work on many of his piano albums. I've got 4 of them here. So some we've actually done some recording in here using MIDI piano and Reason, the sampler in Reason. Some of them have been done with real piano in other studios, and then the editing work's been done here. So recently we were working on some pieces that he's putting together for a Christmas production that's happening later this year. One of the more recent works that we've worked on is the album Cameo. Now this was recorded down in Sydney, in a studio in Sydney, but Mike did all of the editing work and also the mastering at my studio. Rounding out this week, I had Shano back in the studio, and we were mucking around with a few chords, throwing them backwards and forwards, and trying out one of my favourite programs as part of that, which is Band in a Box. So check out what happened.